he likes.
Cars are modern dinosaurs. So this is what, according to their CEOs.
I saw this guy. So this guy.
In person?
No, in a commercial. They have an amazing commercial, and then they kind of like having, I don't know, what is it? Everything stops in time, so it's like slow motion, everything, and then all of a sudden everything stops. Like you see dancers.
Dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, or like that's what I mean. And then they're kind of coming up with this whole topic of that most of the time, like what is it, 90% of the time or something, cars are just standing around. They're stopping in time. They're not moving. And I think that's their concept, right? They kind of want to lower that number. So once a car is out there, produced, it's on the market, it's like on the street, it's physically there. You want to make it moving as much as possible rather than standing somewhere in a garage.
Yeah.
And I think I saw that guy from the commercial explaining, like it's a 14 minutes video, it's like 1 minute of commercial, and it's like, I don't know, 13 minutes of, I think it was this guy, explaining the concept.
But that means you know their business model then?
A little bit, yeah. That's how I got aware of this company, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of it. Like instead of having cars just parking and stopping and not being used, they want to really bring this whole shared economy into their communities and their like ecosystems by really having the business model into a subscription model. Like we saw Neo with the battery as a service. You can subscribe to a battery. And what Lynk Co are doing here in the European market is you can actually subscribe a car.
Yeah, that's a little like, I mean, we have models like this, right? You can have a leasing, right? I can lease my car for a year, for 3 years. That's having this specific car. It's more close to owning it, I guess. It's still my car for that time while I'm leasing it. You have all these apps nowadays. I mean, I know some of the bigger German cities have these options where you can quick lease in terms of like you kind of have.
Yeah, different.
So it's a little very interesting approach they're doing. I mean, you have their own cars.
Yeah.
They have their actually own cars. Like it's not like these companies I know where you have like certain shared services where you buy multiple, many cars from Volkswagen or something, like an ID3, put your badge on and rent that out. But they actually come up with their own models. And it's an interesting, I mean, apparently it works quite well. People are interested in it. But it's somewhere between all these different movements of having new cars, selling them, having subscription model, and they kind of doing both at the same time.
Yeah, and I think it's also about a little bit about this whole lifestyle thing. And as you mentioned, like this is the only Chinese company you know, and it's from their commercials, their marketing videos.
Yeah.
And they're doing quite well in that sense, I would say. That's the image they want to have. That's what they're promoting themselves with, like these different lifestyles. And we have this car, and also they're building their, I don't know if they're called Lynk Co houses or so, but they have these like physical stores or cafes you can meet with other people who are choosing the same lifestyle.
I saw that in the commercial. That looked very promising. I mean, that's what I mentioned earlier with the Tesla charging stations, where there's some kind of, I'm not sure if you want to call it a culture or a cult. Yeah. But it's a thing. You kind of meet up, you know, like, oh, you have a Tesla. Oh, yeah, you have a Tesla, which is a way cheaper car than a Porsche, but it has a similar.
Oh, yeah, it brings people that share.
People like, even if they have nothing to do with each other, like that they have, they're meeting up at the charging station, having a nice talk. How's your Tesla doing? How's your Tesla doing? Okay, nice. Have a nice day. And it's a
symbol, right? I think it's still like car has always been kind of symbol.
Always.
But yeah, I can afford a BMW or Mercedes-Benz. I think it's probably less here in Europe, but it's for sure still the thing in Chinese market. That's at least what I can say. Yeah. And here with this whole new EVs and lifestyle, super futuristic, technology-driven stuff, it's just simple in different stuffs, but it's the same old story.
It comes back. It comes back. Like, okay, are you at Starbucks today? No. I'm at the Neo house.
Right? Yeah, so exactly.
That's what they're trying to build. Interesting, yeah.
Yes, and all these very bold statements. Yeah.
Cars are modern dinosaurs, full of anachronisms. But still, they're selling cars, no? Like, I mean, they're building cars. See, this is nice. That looks like a Starbucks back in the day. That's Berlin?
don't know.
Very nice. I like that. I would like to hang out there, I guess.